Hey everyone, I'm Cody and this is the Mutant Menace, and today on the show we're going to be talking about Strikeforce Issue 1, and there will be spoilers. Stay tuned. So, Strikeforce is a new series by Tini Howard and German Peralta, and it's full of some fan-favorite underdog characters. Now, I'm a huge fan of Marvel's B-Team, so you can imagine I've been pretty excited about jumping into this one. So, let's go ahead and take a look at the basic premise of the series. The Avengers respond to a distress call at a medical research center that has been quarantined due to samples of a deadly virus being taken from the facility. Turns out the culprits are some familiar faces: Monica Rambeau, Angela, Bucky Barnes, Spider-Woman, and Wiccan. These guys have no memory of how they got there, and their bodies show no sign of being exposed to the viruses. The Avengers call Blade for help, who explains to our motley crew of heroes that what they've experienced may directly relate to a shape-shifting enemy from his past, who also shares a link with Angela. The issue culminates in a confrontation with some of the big bads, who turn out to be ancient Fey shapeshifters of Norse mythology, and a surprise appearance by Daimon Hellstrom, the son of Satan himself. For about the first half of this issue, I had been totally on board. The opening sequence of the Strikeforce team drinking samples of viruses and sharing a toast to the end of the world was totally creepy and cool, and I was honestly hoping it was a glimpse into the future of the series, with the rest of the issue taking us back to explain how we got there. But that's not how it goes at all. Instead, we're left with a shapeshifter story and various heroes insisting that these aren't like other shapeshifters though. And to be honest, the thing that makes these shapeshifters different is kinda lame. For instance, in a flashback to Blade's past, in which we get to see his awesome 70s garb, by the way, he explains of having an encounter with one of these shifters, who are called the Vridai. He says he's seen shapeshifters copy others or kill to take their place, but that it was new to him to see them kidnap people they copy and keep them hidden away. My first thought reading this was a little event called Secret Invasion, in which we learned that a bunch of Marvel heroes had evidently been kidnapped and hidden away while Skrulls took over their lives. Like, that was literally the premise. And Jessica Drew? She had the damn Skrull Queen impersonating her. She does in fact mention how uncomfortable shapeshifters make her, in pretty much a throwaway line. In one panel. Now, I'm not letting myself get too upset about this because exploring Jessica Drew's history with shapeshifters is pretty much a no-brainer, so I'm willing to bet that we're going to dive into that a little bit more later on in the series. Later on, in a moment of exposition, there's a lot of exposition in this issue, Angela explains that the Vridai can only twist their shape into someone they've captured, so they're like Skrulls, but not as skilled. Honestly, what does redeem the Vridai a little bit in my mind is that Angela describes them as a virus of the mind. To know them is to be their enemy. To know them is to be their victim. So that's kind of cool. That's a new swing on things that I think is going to be kind of neat to explore. This concept of the Vridai being a virus of thought was evident in Blade's flashback when he describes himself being relentlessly haunted by the experience. And it explains why he chose to keep the Avengers in the dark about what's really going on here. He didn't want them to get infected with this knowledge of the Vridai as well. It's up to people who already know of the Vridai to stop them. Now, on the surface, this singles out Angela and Blade, who have the most apparent ties to the creatures. But one of the most interesting things about this issue is the fact that our cast can now pretty much be considered infected, now that they're part of all of this, and they know about the Vridai. In talking about the strengths of this issue, the story succeeds in doing what any first issue should do. It raises questions and introduces us to an air of mystery. Why were these specific characters chosen? What was the Vridai's goal in drinking those virus samples? The issue also features German Peralta's art, which, along with Jordie Bellaire's coloring, takes on a really nice painterly quality. Some design choices left me a bit baffled, though, like the ancient Fey shapeshifter of Norse myth kicking it in the darkest depths of a hidden temple wearing a full-on three-piece suit, and that god-awful skinhead/goatee look they gave to my husband Daimon Hellstrom. And oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Daimon Hellstrom. They killed him. First issue, right off the bat, and it's pretty much suggested that this was the real deal because the issue ends with Satana calling Blade on the phone like, hey, my brother's over here and he's acting weird. So, okay, cool. No, I haven't been waiting for the Son of Satan to be used in Marvel Comics. No, I haven't been waiting for anyone to pick him up again and do something interesting and fun and maybe put him on a team like the Defenders and, Strikeforce, that's cool. That's a weird team. He'll do good on that. I didn't pick up this Deodato variant featuring Daimon Hellstrom on it just to celebrate the occasion. I didn't do that. No, that's fine. You can kill him. Long story short, Strikeforce Issue 1 is a good-looking book with a cast to die for, but I feel like all of their personalities kind of just get lost in all this heavy exposition that's thrown at us in an attempt to just introduce us to yet another shapeshifter story. It's feeling a little bit uninspired at this point, but my love for this creative team as well as for this wacky cast of characters, it's going to keep me around to, in further issues. I'm definitely going to pick up the second one, and I want to see where this goes. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a chance, even though they killed my husband. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Keep it right here at the Mutant Menace, your queer counterculture medium for making contact with the mutants, mystics, and misfits of Marvel Comics. Stay groovy.
Hey, hey.